Given a 3 by 3 matrix, the first row is 4, 1, 0, the second row is -2, -1, 1, and the third row is 4, 0, 3. Find the determinant of the matrix by expanding the second row. Then find the determinant again by expanding the third row and compare the two. First, if we use the second row to find the determinant of this matrix, then we would use the coefficient -2, -1, 1. -2 comes from the entry 2, 1, row 2, column 1. So we would need to multiply the cofactor A21 plus -1 times the cofactor 2, 2, A22 plus 1 times the cofactor A23. The entries -2, -1, 1 are in the second row. The first subscript is 2, and then first column, second column, third column in the second subscript. The cofactor A21 has a negative sign, so this is -2 times -1 times the minor 21 minus 1. The cofactor A22 is positive, so the second term is -1 times the minor 22. This negative sign comes from the -1, not because of the cofactor. The cofactor is positive. And then since 2 plus 3 is odd, the cofactor A23 has a negative sign, so this is plus 1 times -1 times the minor 2, 3. The minor is the smaller matrix that remains after we cross out the corresponding row and column. The minor 2, 1, we would need to cross out row 2, column 1. The remaining matrix is therefore 1, 0, 0, 3 minus 1 times the matrix. For the minor 2, 2, we cross out the second row and the second column to end up with the matrix 4, 0, 4, 3. This is 4, 0, 4, 3 minus 1 times the minor 2, 3. We would cross out the second row and the third column to end up with the matrix 4, 1, 4, 0. Keep track of what we cross out there. 4, 1, 4, 0. These are 2 by 2 matrix, so we can simply use the shortcut to find the determinant. The determinant of the matrix 1, 0, 0, 3 is simply 1 times 3 minus 0 times 0 minus 1 times the determinant of these matrix 4, 0, 4, 3 is 4 times 3 minus 4 times 0 minus 1 times 4 times 0 is 0 minus 4. This is 2 times 3 minus 1 times 12 minus 1 times -4, or 6 minus 12 plus 4. This is 10 minus 12, or simply -2. The determinant of this given matrix is -2 using the second row. If we use the third column, then we would use the entries 0, 1, 3. With the entry 0 in the position 1, 3, we would need to multiply the cofactor 1, 3. The entry 1 comes from the second row and the third column, so we would need to multiply 1 by the cofactor A, 2, 3. And similarly, 3 times the cofactor 3, 3, third row, third column. 0 times the cofactor 813 is 0, so we can simply ignore it or cross it out. The cofactor 823 has a negative sign because 2 plus 3 is odd. So 1 times negative 1 is negative 1 times the minus 23 plus 3 times. We know that the cofactor 3 is positive because 3 plus 3 is an even number. 3 times the minus 3. And remember that the first term is 0. This is negative 1 times, with the minus 2, 3, second row, third column, we cross out the second row, third column, and the remaining matrix is 4, 1, 4, 0, plus 3. For the minus 3, we cross out the third row and the third column. If we cross out the third row and the third column, then we would end up with 4, 1, negative 2, negative 1. 4, 1, negative 2, negative 1. This is negative 1 times 4 times 0 is 0, minus 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 times 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, minus 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. And so this is negative 1 times negative 4 plus 3 times negative 4 plus 2. This is 4 plus 3 times negative 2, or 4 minus 6, or negative 2. Regardless whether we use the column or the row, or which column or which row, we would end up with the same determinant.